We begin tonight with breaking news. A Burlington man is behind bars accused of murder. It comes months after a woman's suspicious death sparked a state police investigation. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. Authorities say new findings from the medical examiner helped lead to this arrest. Connecticut State Police Troop L originally responded to a home on Clare Hill Road after they received a report of a suspicious death, and they found the body of Janina Brooke Murphy inside. 28-year-old Cole Warhan was the only other person home. Today, the office of the chief state medical examiner released the cause of Murphy's death as blunt force injury to the head. The manner was homicide. Warhan was arrested shortly afterward. He is facing a list of sexual assault charges against other women as well that allegedly took place inside the same home. That's according to police records. Now, Warhan is due in Torrington Superior Court at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Well, we ended up getting a much needed soaking rain, and that rain is moving out of here. Most of the state saw about an inch of rainfall, although the bullseye, the jackpot, was in southeastern Connecticut with 3 inches of rain reported in some towns, but the last drops have fallen. I do want to say that the visibility is down in some spots. We're looking at visibility about a half a mile in Waterbury, so there is some patchy fog out there, but that should resolve before daybreak because the dew points are dropping, which means it will feel less humid as we head towards daybreak, and that will also allow the temperatures to drop as well. So we're in the 60s. It's still feeling kind of muggy out there, but that won't be the case by daybreak tomorrow. Low temperatures will settle back into the 50s to near 60 degrees. So a refreshing, comfy start to the day tomorrow, and it will be a warmer finish, although not too hard to be warmer than today with the clouds and the showers out there. High temperatures will reach up around 80 degrees, and Thursday is also looking like a fantastic day to spend outside. But we do have more rain on the way as we head towards the end of the work week. Friday morning. We'll talk more about that and what we're watching for this weekend. Your full forecast is coming up. Brent.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, after New Haven's first deadly shooting of the year, city leaders say they are moving quickly to stop the potential for any retaliation or rise in violence. New Haven police say before this recent shooting, this was the deepest into the year the city had gone without a homicide since 1988. Well, now police and violence prevention groups are working to prevent any potential uptick in violence this summer. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in New Haven with details.
It just seems like all the hard work that we did, to try to keep things calm, it's giving us, total reset.
Leonard Jihad, the founder and CEO of Connecticut Violence Intervention and Prevention, says incidents like the double homicide on Woodward Avenue causes a shift in the city.
Every time there is a homicide, it just resonates throughout the community.
Prior to that shooting, the city's last homicide was nearly 7 months ago. Christian Brockhart, New Haven's public information officer, says the homicide is disappointing and heartbreaking for the city. He says the fact that this is the first one of the year shows they're on the right track.
We don't want any homicides, but the fact that they're trending down and the fact that we were this far into the year without one, I think is a good sign.
Christina Martin has lived in the city for 10 years. She feels the city has only gotten safer over the years.
I personally have not felt in danger living in New Haven, and I think the reputation of New Haven as a dangerous place is overblown.
With summer vacation on the horizon, Brockhart says the city works closely with youth and violence prevention organizations.
We'd like to prevent crimes first rather than solve them. Obviously, when they happen, we're going to look to solve them.
Jihad says CTVIP uses youth programs to deter violence in the city, especially amongst young people.
As a community, as a nonprofit, we try to fill those gaps. Like they say, an idle time or idle mind, is the devil's workshop.
Well, despite yesterday's shooting in New Haven, a new state report shows there were fewer violent offenses and, in fact, fewer property crimes in communities across the state last year. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson takes a deeper look at the numbers.
Business owners tell me these new stats are just one step in bringing people back out to some of the state's larger cities, making people feel more safe to eat, shop, drink, or even live in places like downtown Hartford. The 130-page report from the Department of Energy Services and Public Protection shows violent crime is down 7.4%, while crime against property dropped by 16.7%. This data was collected from local and state departments. And Hartford business owner Joni Morneau tells us she hopes the new drops change perceptions about the state's larger cities.
Waterbury has their assets. Bridgeport has their assets. New Haven has their assets. Let's stop bashing and saying that there's so much crime in every urban center, and let's start telling people, well, come visit and figure it out yourself if you think it's that bad, because it's really not.
Hartford, Waterbury, and Bridgeport have seen a decrease in violent crime over the past year. However, the report did find an increase in crimes against society statewide, which includes drugs and narcotic violations. Those spiked upwards of 5.7%. The state is currently in step with national trends, which show a steady decline since the mid-pandemic peak. In Hartford, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
Some brazen burglars stole an entire ATM from a gas station. It happened at the Eagles Nest gas station on Hartford Avenue in Newington early Sunday morning. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson has reaction from a customer.
It doesn't look like a typical crime scene here on Washington Avenue in Newington. In fact, many people tell me they can't even tell someone broke in and stole an ATM. And one customer tells me he believes ATMs at gas stations are an easy target.
Because they're easier to pull up with a heavy-duty truck, wrap it around with a chain, and try to yank it out than if you're trying to go into a bank and trying to steal an ATM, because that's much more of a brick and mortar kind of thing.
Sandy Von Paternos is a frequent customer of the Eagles Nest gas station. Gas station employees tell me the ATM stood here alongside the front window of the Eagles Nest gas station. Early Sunday before the store opened, burglars broke in and somehow made off with the ATM. Von Paterno says he can't believe burglars got away with it.
Very surprised. We utilized the Yanni's next door, and then I come over here to get some gas occasionally. Yes, very surprised, because the police presence in Newington is very good, and they were very protective of the businesses, so I was very surprised.
Newington police haven't released much information about the crime. Right now, all we know is the burglary happened just before 2 in the morning on Sunday. Von Paterno says he doesn't typically use gas station ATMs because of safety concerns.
I do not. I'm aware of scams and that type of thing, scammer cards, things like that, so I usually do the bank ATMs.
Many, like Von Paternos, didn't even know there was a break-in until we told them so. The only damage you can see to the naked eye are pry marks on the front door.
I didn't know until I spoke to you that there was a theft here, so I just went in to pick up a couple items, and that was it. Yeah, I didn't see any broken glass or anything like that. So
now, we also reached out to the owner of the Eagles Nest gas station to see if he could provide us some video of the burglary, but we haven't gotten a response yet. In Newington, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.